Oh, what's going on? Bring that mic down. 165 in a place to be. 7:56 p.m. Get this show on the road. I am so dead tired, beat down. I can't even see straight. Taking it back a couple years here. Let's see here. Here we go.
I have seen this bridge go up and down. I even got it on video once. Well, you already saw that, right? So Lake Michigan is only about 2/3 of a mile further out there. We do have a train bridge, which is in the perpetual up position because those railroad tracks are decommissioned and unused, that rail spur.
Go down to the bridge down there, you'll see how they stripped out all the wiring on the bridge. These guys said it cost about $5 million to fix that thing again.
When did they start using the tracks? A long time ago?
See, 2 years ago, 3 years
Oh, recently then, okay.
Just beyond Sims Metal is the Iroquois Landing, Port of Chicago terminal. So that is a locked up area over there with a lot of barbed wire. Cold, but what a beautiful clear day to be out on a bridge in East Side Chicago. Superstructure built by the
Reliving. This was a throwaway video that I made really quick, but I liked how concise it was.
We are looking,
It's not like 500 bridges to cover, only a couple.
Another train bridge. And turning basin number 1 is right there. So if you got a barge and you need to make a U-turn, that's the place to do it.
That's something I come across all the time when I gotta make a U-turn in my barge, realize I'm going the wrong direction. It's a killer. Big time waster. That's the job I want. Bridge tender, sitting in that little shack. They'll always park their car on the sidewalk. Be pretty boring, and you know, which is not good because you'd be expected to kind of keep your wits about you, not fall asleep or zone out entirely. I gotta say these bridges are in pretty good shape too, compared to some others that I've seen over the years that are completely rusted out. Some pretty nice graph. Just gone over these bridges in these areas so many countless times on bike and on foot.
Here we are, 95th Street Bridge.
And I take it for granted, but somebody else might not if they've never been to Chicago, or they're from Chicago and never checked out the area.
And another train bridge, just watch the metro train go by there.
I had all those measurements for another video that I made right after this. This was the intended one, and then I realized, there's something else I could do here. I could do the little Calumet, which has way more bridges, and ended up being way, way gnarlier. I'm very proud of that one. This one I made unlisted because it's kind of dull. Those gloves got burned up in a ramen raid video. They're mechanics. Still never been to Calumet Fisheries in my life. Walked past it, bike past it, 1,000 times. Forgot, is this 106th? Oh, 100th, here we go.
100th Street.
Had that jacket for 15 years, more than that, 16, 17 years. It had duct tape right here in the shoulder where the seam split. I just threw some Gorilla Tape on it, wore it like more years. It was really like junk kind of uniform jacket, but the fill was actually pretty warm. I wore it in like all weather. Really, really cold. You could just throw a sweater or a hoodie on underneath it and you'd be good to go, down to 0 probably.
So here we've got a very large ship that's either loading or unloading.
Look at that sky, beautiful.
Maybe this might be salt. I'm not sure on that though.
That would be my guess today.
It's going under a big garbage bag. Yes, indeed, that was definitely salt.
Oh, there we go. See, I don't even remember my own video. Always wanted to break into this place. I feel like it's maybe possible. Obviously not from this side, but around back. If you jump the fence, probably a way in, maybe.
We made it. 106th Street Bridge. 1930 from 106th Street. Once again, at the intersection of South Deering and East Side, we got a lot of barge action going on.
Yeah, you can see this is in really good shape. I mean, they've repainted it multiple times and that kind of stuff. It's even quiet with cars going over it. I've encountered some other bridges that were questionable structure.
Let's head down Torrance Avenue Bridge is next.
This is the big boy. Whoa, well there's that as well. Quick Acme appearance.
This is pretty interesting. I'll have to check it out one day.
No, do you sense my sarcasm? This is the really, really big boy for the big boats. Yeah, there we go, 126 feet when open. So this is a rail bridge, or it has a rail track as well as a car or vehicle.
Open up like a crocodile now.
There we go.
This one, the whole roadway lifts up like an elevator.
There we go. See, if I've been studying Wikipedia. Now I'm a bridge expert.
To the party, and by the time I got close, it was already back down again. So we're down here at the southern end.
It's been a long and hectic day. Woke up extremely, terribly hungover. Inexplicably hungover is one of those phantom mystery hangovers. Slept terrible, felt terrible, slowly got it together, ran a 10K, and right when I'm literally about to go out the door, put my phone on the charger, shoes are on, I get a text from something work-related. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I tried to put it off to Monday, and that was worked out. And then, of course, I thought about it for 55 minutes while I ran. And then I realized, I'm just gonna take care of this today. So came back, took a shower, had something to eat, ran out the door, did that. I was gone for like 3 hours total. Got some falafel on the way home, stopped at the grocery store, which is next door to the falafel spot. And then I laid down for like 20 minutes, and then I had to get up and start prepping for my stream.
We have the turning basin number 5, and then that leads on.
This is part of an era for me where I went to the southeast side like 9 out of 10 weekends for a year and a half. I mean, the amount of miles that I drove and the hours spent in traffic is immeasurable. And I was just so hell-bent. Not gonna lie, I didn't love some of those. Oh, here's a little link. Let's check that out.
Well, that's enough of bridges.
Oh, interesting. See, I don't even know how these links work. It's taking me a minute. This is not quite the video that I thought it was. Let me think about this. Doty South approaching 130th. Well, this is 130th here. Where's the Doty Road South part? Well, this is a bridge that's in very rough shape since we've been on the topic. I don't know if you could catch it right here. Some of the railing is just gone. Not enough that you'd fall in or anything, but just rusted out. And this is a fixed bridge, which is why maybe I actually think I did cover it in that other video. But it's fixed. It doesn't lift or open or anything. Yeah, I'd taken so many copyright hits, I figured the only safe way to do a stream anymore is to use my own friggin' content. Don't even try it, YouTube. Let's see what else we could find in the archives here. Let's see here. There we go, there's a throwback. That was an awesome shirt, by the way. I had to get rid of that shirt. Still have the Quick Trip shirt. Both of those shirts are too big of me now. I've lost a lot of weight. Well, I guess I lost some of the weight at that point, but the Quick Trip shirt is so near and dear to my heart. But speaking of which, check out my Quick Trip hoodie. Just got this week. This is made of bamboo. It really feels, it's got a unique vibe. Anyways, yeah, I spent a month in out in Washington. What was the name? Mukilteo, I believe that was the city I was staying in, and I was working in, was it Everett? I can't remember now. It was a good vibe. I had a good time out there. I think this is when I started my what hat am I rocking there?
It is 8521 Mukilteo.
Turn your head, bro. There's a logo on there. I don't even
Get a
know.
large with green peppers and mushrooms.
Wow. I got so many lids, I lose track of them. Anyways, I did so many 30-day trips that this became a tradition at some point.
Silver Lake
Um,
pizza. I do not know how large a large
to order a pizza every Friday night for a month. That white coffee maker in the back is mine. I bought my own coffee maker, and I would pack it and bring it with me on these trips. The hotel coffee makers are just vile sometimes. Yeah, I was big into a wine kick at that point. Not that I've abandoned wine, but at that point I was really excited about it. Yeah, my parents brought me back that shirt from a trip to Maine. It was a brand's called Rugged Seas. I remember the third pizza in this review was a place called Brooklyn Brothers, and it was literally a block away, and it was phenomenal. The other two I do not remember that well. That looks all right.
Okay, that's lost me.
Oh, I'm confused. It's got a nice char to it, which I like.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like what I ordered.
Oh,
Large traditional cheese.
hard to tell if those mushrooms are fresh or canned. Not that I care that much. Yeah, that pizza looks legit. I'm sort of remembering it. It's got some serious like structure to it though. No flop whatsoever.
That is absolutely. There's no other word for it. It's not particularly chewy, but it's not just a ready bite.
Yeah, I want that now. That's literally making my mouth water a little bit.
That's very, very good. That's an excellent ferment.
Yeah, I'm glad I made some of these videos so I can flash back and remember, spending someplace far away from home for a month. I guess it would be 26 days every time, if I remember correctly, because I wouldn't be there the first weekend or the last weekend. I would usually fly in on the Sunday and then fly home on like the Friday at the end of the fourth week. But did a lot of 26-day trips.
When you're way, way far away from home, and everything looks questionable, I just can't find a lot of fault. Silver Lake pizza.
Just got an AeroPress like a month ago for coffee, and it took me a while to kind of tune in the formula to where I was satisfied with it, but in terms of the lack of cleanup, the ease of use, and the result is quality as well. It can't be beat, especially if you're mostly brewing, one bite for yourself. You can do one cup at a time. Yo, Florida 32 ounce.
And I'm going to go for it because I give up on dealing with people over the phone. And Chico,
We're just hanging out,
and it's definitely
revisiting the past. If I remember correctly, I bought that hat on eBay. That I know for sure. I think I bought it on that trip and had it shipped directly to the hotel. I think I had just gotten it. I still own it, but I stopped wearing it because then an old man came up to me, and I was traveling somewhere. It might have been in this trip, and he was like, "Oh, you're a veteran and this and that," and I feel so horrible still about it. And it's like, no, I just think Bombay Beach is a cool place, and there's not a lot of Bombay Beach stuff out there. I can't wear it anymore. I feel terrible. What's that called? False valor? Stolen valor, yeah.
Perfect. This is my very limited experience. Perfect.
Yeah, I was really big in the wine then.
This thing is cold.
This does not look good. That box just screams of like shit pizza. Oh yeah, the dog turd sausage. I don't know why I even ordered sausage. I almost never do that. Yeah, for me, like toppings really need to be under the cheese for the most part. That was a dope T-shirt too. It was a Hegwish girls softball T-shirt. I bought that on eBay. It was like, I don't know, 2002 or something. The year is right on the front, and I just retired it. I decided I'd worn it so many times. That's the beauty of having this channel. Like I have records of all these things, so when it comes time to get rid of them, or if I want to think about getting rid of them, I know I can look back and have them there. So I don't always sit on the floor and eat pizza off the couch. I did that because it was the only way to get a camera angle, because I had this, or I still have this tiny little tripod. But yeah, this does look like I'm some kind of degenerate pizza fiend. I every time I watch these pizza videos, I remember the one in South Dakota, and one of the pizzas made me ill. And I have a very, very strong stomach. I'm like a goat. And that one was definitely like someone with some dirty ass hands doing that with the dough and putting their hands in their nether regions, I think. I'll never let that one go. And I think it was called Pizza Man. Yeah, here we go. This place was 1,000% on point. So good. And yeah, it was like kitty corners from my hotel. I walked there. Wow, different lid in like every segment. Yeah, I got my brother on the ancient MacBook. Still have the MacBook too.
Another cab, of course.
That hat's from hoodhat.com. You can customize it, and they're really high quality. They're not cheap, but they're the closest thing I could find to like creating your own throwback starter, just with the script.
It's not that dry in the nose.
I haven't FaceTimed on the old ass MacBook in a long time. Man, I was chugging on the wine at that point. It's been a minute. I'll go through my phases. I'll get the whole box, the black box, the big guy. What is it? 3 liters, I think. So it's like 4 bottles of wine for like $15. It tastes good to me. Cabernet. I'm sure these are all cabs that I'm drinking here. All right, I'm getting bored of this. Let's find something else. Got a request? We want to get the director's commentary? Throw it in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep picking stuff here. Let's see here. There we go. This video got a ton of views. Like, it absolutely got caught up in the algorithm. But I think people were just like, nope. Like, once they actually watch it, they're like, this is boring, this is too long. But this took substantial planning, substantial danger. Sauvignon Blanc is dope. Yeah, it took me a long time to get into the whites. First I was like only Cab. Then I start to sprinkle in some Pinot Noirs. Those are still pretty much my only two for the reds. For whites, yeah, Sauvignon Blanc's dope. What else? I've drank a little rosé. I'm not really into that. I mean, whatever. I'll drink whatever you put in front of me. Wine, beer, booze. I'm hesitant to open a drink tonight. I really got tore back last night, and for no good reason. I believe I drank 3 to 4 Heinekens and 1 Yingling, and just my food game was not right. Had like a weird dinner at a weird hour, and then I didn't eat. This is funny. For health reasons, I need to eat a burrito before I go to bed, and I didn't. And I paid the price. Absolutely. My stomach felt like someone raked it with hot coals. Yeah, this is so dope. I mean, yeah, I'm impressed with my own video. I have not watched this in a long time. Yeah, I hesitated to make this one unlisted. I just made a lot of stuff unlisted. Like, I don't want to have 400 videos on my channel. If somebody new's discovering it today, let them, not be overwhelmed and be like, oh, this guy's just posting all kinds of bullshit. But it's a little long by my standards of today. But yeah, I've been back to probably all the cities that I cover here. Holtville, Heber, Nyland, Westmoreland, forgetting one. But this is the first time I had been to a lot of these places. Yeah, Sealy was rugged. I mean, again, none of this is planned either. My video was not, I'm going to go out and hang out in abandoned buildings. My video, the plan was just go to the places and see what's up. And then I'm finding abandoned, look at this, like the doors open. New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. What's up, Curious George? Shout out. Shout out to my people in New Zealand. Hell yeah. Yeah, you're making me want to, maybe I need to crack into some vino sometime soon. I don't have any in the house. I haven't bought any in a while. Went to Bonefish 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and I chugged down some whites that night. I have not made risotto in many, many years. I've only made like proper risotto 3 or 4 times ever. Jesus saves. I don't read graph fonts very well sometimes. I've always been fascinated with who is Evan Hughes, and I don't know. I'm sure I could find the answer pretty quickly if I wanted. This is super cool too. Like, this is like a convenience store selling fresh produce. I think it was even a gas station because it's so off the grid. There's no grocery. I mean, there's a Walmart somewhere, but people don't want to drive far, far away. I got chapters in here.
Off to Heber we shall go.
Yep. Sealy, Heber, Holdville, Westmoreland, Nyland. All right, I did name them all then.
Well, we made it. Welcome to Heber, California.
My trip is booked. I've got my little widget, my United Airlines widget on my home screen. If you can see that. Oh, what's going on? Of course it wants permissions all of a sudden. 99 days. 99 days I will be there. Holdville, Heber, all these places. Flights booked, accommodations booked, rental cars booked. I'm definitely going to be doing an epic video, the most epic video I've done in years. I've put so much research into it already, and I even had to scale it back at a certain point because I'm like, this is hella dangerous. I don't know if this is a good idea. So I scaled it back. It should still be epic, or maybe it'll be boring, but I don't care. I'm very intent on it. I gotta get a glass of water. Hang on a second.
Thank you.
My sink is only like 5 feet away, but it took that long because I have an under sink filter, and that's how long it takes to put that much water in a glass. It's very, very slow.
Right along for a third stop. Here at Capital of the World, as I believe
I was at the store too and thinking like I should get some like non-alcoholic drinks because I think I'm feeling a little thirsty and dehydrated, and I don't know if I want to drink tonight. I think I probably will have a couple drinks in a bit, but I should have bought something like LaCroix or something while I was there because I'm realizing I'm hell thirsty. I've been sick in my like throat, chest cold for like 2 weeks on and off, and I'm at the tail end of it, but yeah, it's feeling like Holtville in my respiratory system right now. This was cool as fuck. This was super dope. I remember this. There was no one here. No one. And it wasn't far off the grid. There was like apartments and houses a couple blocks away, but you just stand around and there's like you're on the moon. You think you're going to go to a park? No one there. It's like 110, 115 degrees. People are like, hell no, I'm staying in. The pamphlet was the inspiration for this video. You can get those on eBay. I still see them pretty regularly. Not that expensive. It's got a cool like cartoon map in the centerfold. And here's a fun one. Gary Holt, who plays guitar in Slayer, he has a Holtville police badge embedded in his like main guitar. I love this. This was like a motel. It's closed, but I wish it was open so I could stay there. They grow carrots in Holtville. Anyways, yeah, he got his guitar modified and put a Holtville police badge in his guitar. Not because he's been there or is from there. He just the name. I read him say like, I discovered at Holtville. How cool! I'm doing this. Yeah, I did not go in here. I remember this. It comes back to me immediately with the doors open like that and it's dark. It's like, ooh, no, I got limits. I don't know what's in there, and I'm not apt to find out right now. Yeah, it's just everywhere. Everywhere you go. Burned structures, abandoned structures. That's Imperial County. Yeah, just drink a liter of water like every 30 minutes. This was like a rail car sitting in the dirt, and it was burned. There was no rhyme or reason to some things out there sometimes.
Actually, level was very low. Although I did come across a burned up rail car in an empty parking lot or empty lot. So yeah, that's about as sketchy as it gets, but it's overall pretty nice. But onward and upward.
Let's skip over to Nyland. It's so ridiculous that I gotta watch commercials on my own videos. I mean, I guess I understand why, but still pisses me off. I probably had been in Nyland before. Every other place in the video, no, it was my first time. This was probably not my first, but second or third. I remember this very distinctly because there was a dude walking. I think you might be able to see him, but you can hear me talk to him. And yeah, it's a little weird when there's some creepy crawling streetwalkers. Then again, who am I rolling around on a bike in the dirt? But yeah, you don't know exactly how things were gonna go. But
Yeah,
dude, there he is.
That's a pretty mean one right there. Yeah, I heard him buzzing. I was looking around. Where's that coming from?
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I'm super proud of this video. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos about Imperial County and Nyland, but Nyland's a vibe too. Like when you get into the actual part of the town where it's all residential, it's like a little too small and too like inclusive. Like it doesn't feel right to me. It feels intrusive to be doing what I'm doing right here. I wouldn't do this again. Yeah, I don't know. Vibes off. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Went to Tomato Fest, made a video about that. Now I want to watch it. That one's still live on the channel. I'm extremely proud of that. I bought a synth on GoFundMe for like 600 bucks. I made a bunch of music with it, and then I sold it on eBay. And this was probably the best piece of music that I made of the bunch that I made. Where is it? Here we go. Commercial? I don't know. Yeah, I've taken a lot of cool trips, been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces, but this particular trip, oh god damn, in someone's yard, bro. What streets do you remember approximately? Anyways, I took a trip just to Tomato Fest and back. I flew to Phoenix, took a bus from Phoenix to Calexico, to Brawley, to Nyland, and then kind of reversed the trip. Look at that guy eyeballing me right there. Only Michelada I've ever drank in my life. I don't hate it, but I don't need another one. I love this right here. This weird ass chick, and later she was walking around, but I gotta go back. Yeah, she's eating like a giant churro. I can't tell if she's 30 or 15, and later she's just walking around. Somebody commented about this shot too, and they're like, that's cool. So I credited it in the description, music by onesixfive, meddling, and I called it that because when I made it, and then it started reminding me of the song Echoes by Pink Floyd, and Echoes is on metal. See what I did there? Well, how old do you think I am, bro? You think I'm a young buck? Take a wild guess how old I am. The swinging swing shot, I mean, throw slow motion on that. I love this too, the naturally scrambledness of it, because the whole desert is scrambled. Your brains will be scrambled if you hang out in the heat too much. Cattle Call is a big fest they have in Brawley, and it's it's maybe in like November, December, and it's crossed my mind to book a trip and do the same thing. Fly out to Phoenix or something and bust it over there. Brawley's nice, real clean. A couple hotels, or a little closer to motels. Look at the filter I threw on it right there. Uh-oh. That's the filter in like Forensic Files or something when they show that the family's all dead. This is all walking right here now. This is a long walk from Imperial to El Centro, I want to say. Or no, maybe I'm walking to Calexico now. I don't know. I did some walks on this trip that were very unsafe. Here's a fun deal. So you can see this is like an irrigation canal in the background right there. It's like an irrigation canal type of thing, and you can see it has very little water in it. Not shocking in the middle of the summer. So I walked along this for miles, and at some point on the other side it was all like parking lots and a strip mall, and there was a lot of like homeless setups, encampments, whatever. And then you'd see people milling around at times. Anyways, so there was a dude over there, and I'm minding my business. I'm looking straight ahead, and then I hear somebody calling out to me. So I turn, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was up here doing a little wash with a bar of soap in the middle of the day in the heat." And he goes, "I dropped the soap." It's got to be the beginning of a terrible story, right? He dropped the soap down into the ditch, but there's a fence on his side, and there's not one on mine. He's like, "Can you go in there and get me my soap?" And I think I actually said it, like, laugh, like, "Hell no, man, I'm not getting your goddamn soap in a ditch." And then I, like, thought about it for a second, and I'm like, what a cool story. And I'm like, no, man. And I crawled my ass down there, and I chucked him a wet soap, which he also went back to work, I'm sure, and it had been laying in an inch of God knows what kind of water. I mean, that's not even clean water to begin with. It has insecticide in it and whatnot. Agriculture runoff. I have a still photo of that, which I really like with the payphone. Yeah, I spent no time in Imperial except walking through it. It was a long walk through it, but I can't say I've really been to Imperial. I should rectify that this summer. All-American Canal is the biggest canal. That's the really enormous and really dirty one. And there it is. You can see that's like a river. And if you look, there's signs everywhere saying, "Do not swim in here because you're not going to get out." The sides are impossible to climb, but it's supposed to be like one of the most polluted bodies of water, period, because on south of the border, they just dump live sewage right into it. Calexico was cool. This is the end of my long walking and traveling back to take the bus back, and I kind of was half sleeping on a bench in a park, and there was bums sleeping in the park, and I thought, this is what my life's become. I'm not homeless, but I'm out here sleeping with other homeless people.
In 2040?
Crime pays, but botany doesn't. I will have to check that out. This has gotten such a really good response. This continues to get views like every day. Really glad I did this. One take, and I still regret I bought Paulaner beer, which all those German kind of macros all taste about the same. But I remember as soon as I took the first swig, I'm like, this is such a tasteless bullshit beer. Should have got something else. But obviously I had to work it out. Got those MIDI glasses just like the movie. Got 2 of them on eBay. They were not cheap. And I don't think they came from Australia, but they didn't come from America. I gave my brother the other one. I still use it, absolutely. I've used it many, many times since this. It's fun to drink out of a tiny little glass. Use a 12-ounce bottle, becomes like 2 beers. That hat is my tribute to Onslow and keeping up appearances. I found the patch on eBay. I bought a plain blue hat, and my ex-girlfriend is a talented seamstress, numerous sewing machines and such, and I had her sew it on there. I retired the hat. There's the shirt again, which also got retired. The hat just got like super duper sweaty. I think I actually did toss it in the washer, but it had it. I mean, I know, you know they're not actually drinking beer in the movie because you'd be too drunk to act, but there's no trickery to how do you drink anything that fast. He just poured that down like, I don't know what. When I'm doing this, I'm actually trying to time myself exactly with John. I'm kind of watching him out the corner of my eye. How many people are in this bar? 1,000? Yeah, that beer sucks. I mean, I guess I've drank Paulaner other times in my life. I probably have not drank one since. My dog, we got another Keeping Up Appearances fan in the house. Yeah, I always, he always wears the hat, and I looked it up, like, what's FH? This is years ago, and found it on Google, and it's some kind of road construction, huge road construction company in, it's funny, we were talking about New Zealand. It might be New Zealand or Australia. It's one of the two. Obviously, he's a British character. So there's not a real explanation there. I guess the insinuation is that Onslow was working and living in that hemisphere at some point, off screen. But yeah, found people were selling the patches on eBay. His hat is like a really cheap quality, like 80s hat with a super flat brim, total no structure crown. Yeah, I hope one day I go to a bar where they have the beer gun, so they can fill beers very rapidly. I absolutely love this glass so much. Bought it at a thrift store because I'm looking at the video there and trying to determine the size and shape of his glass. Yeah, man, I want to go to Australia one day. If I do, I'm immediately going to go to Broken Hill. That's where the Yaba is supposed to be, so I can go on a Wake and Fright level bender, find the 2-up school, and lose my money and have to live in the streets. Yeah, they're talking about the heat. Like, that's not, I don't think it's particularly dry there. I could be wrong. I think there's a bit of humidity there. That's some bad fucking heat. And of course they're the opposite, right? Because they're the wrong side of the, I shouldn't say wrong, the other side of the equator. So they're hot in the winter, in our winter. Anyways, this glass is my favorite. I have reused that glass 1,000 times. It's a no-nick. It's like the pint with the bubble, but it's only a 12 ounce. I've had 16 or 20 ounce, but it's a little guy. If I went to Australia, I would be content to just go to like Sydney or something, or a big city, and I would just kick it in the city, and I would absolutely just try to find bars that were slightly off the grid, not totally off the grid, or I might not come back. But yeah, my only purpose for going would be to drink. I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of my purpose of everywhere I travel. But in Australia, it would be absolutely critical, yeah, to go out, and I'd probably get harassed really bad. Where the hell are you from? And I think hopefully it would be entertaining if I told them Chicago, and they'd tolerate my presence, and I wouldn't get left in a hole in the bush. That's what they call it, yeah, in the outback. This was the third glass. This is the hardest one to copy. This glass I ended up getting rid of. It went back to Goodwill with a box of glassware and other stuff. There we go. Lest we forget. If I go to a bar in Australia and they don't do that, I want my money back.
What if you could claim a stake on what's set to be the biggest IPO ever, starting with just $500?
I'm super proud of this video, and
January 20.
by the way, here, we'll do a little update. So this is finally done. It was a McDonald's and a BP forever, then McDonald's disappeared at the time of the video. And then they opened it as a Slice Factory, which is a chain around Chicagoland. They sell pizza slices and whole pizzas. And I went within a couple weeks of it opening, because they're open late. This is such a train wreck. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to go there tonight. And I'm pretty hammered, and I walked over there. It's like a few blocks from home, and the doors were locked. Even though they're open till like 3 in the morning, they locked the doors at like 10. So I'm like, okay, now what do I do? Well, of course I did the stupid thing, which is to go get my car and drive the 2 blocks, drunk. And so I get in, you have to go to the drive-thru, which, think about this, how are you going to order a slice of pizza in a drive-thru? If it's in a turntable, you can, but they try to pride themselves on being, oh, we're legit. So they're doing like, you know, what Sbarro does, or a place like that. It's half-baked. Okay, bro, you got it, Mr. Delicious. Anyway, so I ordered 2 slices of margarita. I wait a long time for them to reheat them. The dough was so thick; it was such like a double dough pizza, which is not what margarita pizzas are supposed to be, and it was just not very good. They're still open. There we go. I mean, this got such a good response. This has so many views, 3,400 views, almost 200 likes. I'm very, very proud of that. That's hard to do, but the video is still flawed for me. Brian from Duluth. What's up, my dog? Red Stripe. For over 65 years, Red Stripe has embodied the spirit, rhythm, and pulse of Jamaica and its people. Read the back of the bottle, and please confirm that I'm correct. And then you can guess how many Red Stripes I've drank before I decided to memorize the label. From the glass-lined tanks of Old Latrobe, we tender this premium beer for your enjoyment as a tribute to your good taste. It comes from the Mountain Springs to you, 33. There's Rolling Rock. I haven't drank a Rolling Rock in at least 20 years, but I drank 2,000 of them and memorized that one. And that is a straight-up nasty-ass beer. I mean, there's few things that I would just say no to if I showed up at someone's crib or at a party. But that's some sweet-ass soda. That is not cool. I think I'm going to have to get a beer. I got a few here. I think about going back down just to eat at Rack's. I wouldn't make a video or anything. I spent a lot. I think I said in the description how much I wasted on this video. $174.86 for the jacket, bow tie, glasses, briefcase, and then I paid a guy I used to work with $20. He actually just quit and got a new job. I worked with him for like 20 years, literally. Memories by Wayne. Shout out to my brother. Everybody check out his channel, Memories by Wayne, the place to be.
Hi, can I get a number 1? And then
Wayne was also a little part of the inspiration for this. He and I kind of touched on this. Or I think Wayne, you've been to Rack's before I ever went. Isn't that correct? He and I discussed it, and then he ended up going, and I believe it's on his channel, yeah. And I was like thinking about it and planning it, and then then I'm like, okay, I got to do this, and obviously I came up with a very epic plan. It's shocking to me that I crammed this all into under 8 minutes, because this was so much work, and I ate so much Rack's in a few days.
Oh, no, I'm good.
This is not a healthy lifestyle. Bags of food. I show the receipt in a minute. I think I spent like $40 on Rack's. Still have that hoodie. I've had that hoodie since I was like 18. That woman was so nice that I can't believe she didn't know she was on video, because I can't believe people would be that nice for no reason. I retired this hat, and I still do have that one. Okay. I've got another similar blue one that I retired. These videos are just me scoping out my wardrobe.
Big difference.
Yeah, because you really need onion rings with your 14 other sandwiches, you pig.
Sloppy Joe.
Nah, Wayne, you beat me to it. I just, you know, it's always my thing for everything I make, but with this, it's especially hard because it's like, I don't want to put something on YouTube that's been done a lot of times, and Rax has really been done a lot of times. A lot of people interested in Rax, interested in Mr. Delicious, done different tributes or going. I still would love to do a road trip and hit them all. That would be an epic, epic video. Here we go. How much did I spend here? $40. And this is a long time ago now. What year was this? 2021?
Well, that's
Oh, 2023.
Go
Oof.
ahead and pack it up.
I'm pretty proud of this. I mean, I visualized this frame for frame. I knew how it would go, and I went there and I just did it. There was no hiccups, and it pretty much just it is how I always visualized it. And how good work did my buddy George do on this? He painted that. That's unbelievable. He probably did it freehand. He was just a boss. I still have the briefcase. I still have the glasses. I'm so blessed and grateful for all the great comments I've gotten on this. If I ever got any hate at all, I don't remember it, if there even was any. So this is why this video will be forever flawed for me. You know, I really had to read off the page like a teleprompter, and I think I could have memorized it in bits and then edited the bits together. And this was like the day before Riverfront Fest, which is the big street fest in the city I live in. I've lived in the city for 40 years. And the landscapers were there prepping the park. And it was like an army of them, and they were loud, and they were walking right so close to me. Like, imagine you're trying to shoot a YouTube video, you're wearing a costume. I literally have a briefcase of fast food. I have scripts that I'm trying to read, and there's a guy with with the fucking the hedge clippers like 2 feet away. Hell yeah, man, that's right. Dickety-dee. Yeah, I still have the briefcase, the glasses are in there, and it's sitting in my closet. I don't know when I'll ever use it again. It's really not a briefcase. It's kind of like a very small suitcase. I don't think it can be considered a briefcase. It's a little too deep. This is the thing I am proud of, that it was obvious. People, by and large, did not get all my jokes, and I like that because I aimed for them to be a little off the grid, especially this one.
That didn't pan out.
Yeah, so come on, guys. Who was in the loop on that
We'll
one?
never let you down. Chickadee.
I found these transparent background logos on somebody's website.
Hello there. I'm Mr. Delicious. Did you know the value menu at Rax contains lots of adult-sized collectibles for only 99 cents? Mr. Delicious.
I'm not gonna lie, if I made this today, I would probably use AI to help me write the voiceover for these fake commercials. But I didn't. AI didn't exist then, or not publicly available.
Some friends at the book depository down in Dallas. But you don't have to be well read to enjoy a tasty mushroom melt at Rax. So come on down. Chickadee.
Yeah, I used a different logo on each one. They had so many available. And this music is some kind of like a free YouTube bossa nova music or something they called it.
Menu, you can get a tasty delight priced at low, even dollar amount. Isn't that grand? Mr. D hasn't traveled much.
I kept the bag. I flattened it back out and refolded it, and it's in the briefcase.
In Seattle, where he lost a great deal of money. How much? Let's just say more than $100, but way less than $1 million.
I think the DB Cooper case, is that solved now? Does anybody know? There was some developments. There's developments every few years forever, but I think they feel like they had DNA now, or they actually solved it. That's how old my video is. At that time, it wasn't solved. Is there one more?
Well, hello. I'm Mr. Delicious. At Rax,
Yeah, I can't. It's hard to perform, man. I have other examples I could give. You're out here trying to shoot a video, and now there's people like right next to you, which of course is their right to do. I'm not like, get out of my video, but yeah, now you gotta perform. It's a little weird.
Waco back in '93.
Yeah, man, Mr. D's down with David Koresh.
Mr. D
Down with the Branch
Texas
Davidians.
Burns, but he had to leave Texas in a hurry. At Rax, we were decidedly.
I like to think that David Koresh was Mr. D's disciple. He just took over when Mr. D got out of town. I think I probably kept the bow tie. It's a clip-on.
Buongiorno.
Oh, I thought that was it. I don't know what this one
We
is.
want to make sure you associate Rax with quality. Brand names are very important.
I literally ate a half a sandwich for each one of these segments, and these are all in a row.
Brands are a good thing, but branding, it turns out, is not. Being part of a multi-level marketing.
Yeah, Nexium had a documentary on HBO like a year before this, and it was really good.
We promise you won't
Vanguard, that's that dude's name.
Lux roast beef.
This is my real life surveillance camera that's in my living room. It's running right now. It runs 24 hours a day. I got rid of that jacket. I question if that was the right move. I guess it was a little big. It wasn't small. Maybe, I don't know, it was a Ralph Lauren jacket, and I got it for like 30 bucks.
Get your money out of the market now. Artificial intelligence destroys it. That's the message.
I'm afraid to
Oh, you can see I've been watching this one. Again, like a lot of these videos, I'm glad I made them even if no one gave a shit, because I get to relive my own trips, and this was so much fun. I cannot wait to do it again.
Crackers. I already know we're going to get some form of peanut butter or cheese to spread on meat.
Eating this stuff was like pure poison though. Like I did this because I thought it would be fun, and it was fun, but consuming this type of food for a whole day made me feel disgusting. I can't really explain the sensation. Just everything came across as so processed and artificial. And it was a lot of calories. I mean, I ran a 5K that day, so I don't think I really overdid it. I think it's only 3,000. But, oh man. I'll be doing another one though. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it was a great value. I don't remember what I paid for this. They're on Amazon. The First Strike are the ones that are a 24-hour ration, as opposed to like a single entree or something by itself. So my pour over rig, used it today. I do all my coffee pour over exactly as you see here, or now AeroPress. That portable kettle got on Amazon for like 15 bucks. I've used it so many times now in hotel rooms. I thought it's too good to be true. It'll probably break, and it hasn't broken yet. Knock on wood. If it does, it's hard to find one that's a little bit bigger. There's really small ones, which might not be enough because I brew like a 12-ounce pour over.
Cinnamon bun, shelf stable.
I have such a memory of all these things. Like, my memory of this is that it was one of the better items for sure, but I think that's my memory because it was the first thing I ate, so my palate wasn't exhausted from eating chemicals.
Really, but it's not quite dry. It does have like...
This hotel is not dirty, but it's, you know, there's dirty hotels, and then there's just like really worn in hotels. Like millions of people have slept in those beds. Then again, if somebody went in my bedroom, they'd probably be like, somebody slept in this bed a million times. Wow. AeroPress exploding. I wonder what will cause that. I'm not sure. Yeah. Maybe it was the dynamite you mixed in there. I'm thinking I should have a drink. Should I have a drink? Alright. I know I have one Guinness. I got some other random beers too, but let me grab that one Guinness.
Not horrible, but it has the same, almost like a metallic taste, just like chemical in the background. Again, not terrible, not great. I think I'll go ahead and mix up this great beverage base now, so I can put it in the fridge and get it cold. I'm guessing this is also going to be...
So here's a glass I was just talking about that I bought for the Wake and Fright video that I absolutely love. I think I paid $1.50 for it. It's actually a Goose Island. Makes it even cooler. I think all those brew pubs are closed now.
Hard to see.
I got so wrecked last night, and I was so hungover today. It's unbelievable. I swear I drank poisonous beers that someone pissed in at the brewery or something, or put bleach in. I'll tell you what. So I ran a 5K that day. I run 4 to 5 5Ks a week every week for months and months and years. I've been doing this. This race traumatized my left ankle, and it's still not fully recovered. This is 4 or 5 months later, and I don't think it ever will. It's okay. I'm used to it now. It wasn't that cold. It was like 35 degrees, I think. And I've run in 40 degrees a million times, but my left Achilles tendon was just cold, and it got kind of stretched in a weird way, and now I can't crack my left ankle anymore, like ever again. That shirt is from a different Kiwani bike. I don't know, I should say race. I guess it was a race. Many years before. This was really good. It was actually hard to clean out. That's like my coffee mug. It's actually a Clean Canteen food canister, but I brew my pour over into it because it keeps the coffee hotter. And yeah, using it as a container is a fine thing. And I just figured, well, it's steel. Steel you can always clean out, but it actually was kind of hard. And then I started freaking out, thinking, well, I'm not going to ever drink coffee that's been flavored with barbecue corn nuts and raisins. That's vile, but I did eventually get it out.
Still got the mains here. I got the various caffeinated snacks. Let's give this guy a go.
There's a lot of these First Strike rations. I knew you'd request that video, brother. I knew you would. Thank you very much. It's dope that anyone remembers anything. So that would be this one. I made 2 Vegas videos. They're both unlisted now. This is the first one. So, fun explanation about software. I found a record in a thrift store in Cathedral City, California. That's right next to Palm Springs, which is where I stay when I visit Imperial County. It's a Goodwill, and it was the day I was flying home at the end of the week. Had time to kill. I'm like, oh, I'll go in Goodwill. And I bought 2 things that day that changed my life. One is a record, not this record, software. It's a different record by a band called Kinesis, and they're like a jazz fusion band. I had no idea if it would be any good, and it's phenomenal, and I've listened to it a million times. I also bought the book, Atlas Shrugged, which I had always heard about, by Ayn Rand. It's from like the 1930s, 40s, and it's a long book, but it's worth the read. But anyways, walked out with both of those things, whatever that cost, $5. I should have spent $500. I don't remember the name of the label that the Kinesis album is on, but I love the album so much, and it's a weird no-name label. So I checked it out, like, well, what else did they put out? And Software was one, and one of the members of Software, or multiple, are from Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, so they're like a rock band, but they do a little fusion-y thing. Here's a fun story. This place, they overcharged me, and I caught it. I was still at the register, and it was like $30 or $35 or something. I got like falafel, soup, and a drink, and something else. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And they're like, oh, my bad. And then he grabs a receipt, and he's and I'm like, you want me to scan my card again, like put the money back? And he's like, it'll be put back in like a week. And I was about to be like, no, then give me the cash. We're not doing this. But I'm kind of on vacation, and I let it ride, and I thought, well, I should check my credit card statement, see if it went back on. I kind of forgot, and I don't know if they ever put it back. I might have paid $30-some for this meal. Here's something that bothers me too. The food is really good. This right here, watch the drip. Yeah, that's gross. It's like watching a zoo animal eat. Got the falafel, a little hummus, tiny little bit of salad, tzatziki, pita. It'll do. I had a similar meal for dinner tonight. I went to Vegas this year for my birthday again. I guess I've gone like 3 of the 4 past birthdays. I've gone for 3 to 4 nights in Vegas, and pretty much what you see me here doing here is what I do every year. Walk around, ride the bus, eat food, get drunk. This was, yeah, so this was awesome. This was actually the inspiration to go. Was I always wanted to go to Lowry's, and if you want to know why, that's why. Prime rib is the best cut of steak, and I won't hear otherwise. And there used to be a Lowry's in Chicago, closed years ago. I think there was one in LA. There was a handful of and this was one of the last ones. So I made a reservation by myself, like a proper creep. And at that time, it was the most expensive meal I had had. I've gone ahead, a little bit ahead of that since, a couple times. But this was like $200-something. I think you can see the bottle of Decoy in the back. That's like a $25 bottle at the grocery store. I could literally get that at the grocery store. It's a cab. And I think I paid like $75 for the bottle. But this was a massive, massive meal. I remember walking back to my my condo, and I was like in distress. This was the second biggest cut of prime rib you could get, and that's pure bone, by the way. And I strongly considered picking it up and gnawing on it like a dog. There you go. No problem, just drink a whole bottle of wine with dinner. What did we spend here? $163, but that doesn't include tip. Maybe I just put it to 200. Ain't no thing. That don't hurt. Love this. Little break in the song, right when the curtains open. Chef's kiss. One of the only casinos I've ever been in, and is that on the Strip? I think it is. And I only went because I saw they had a coffee shop. But this is why now I travel with coffee gear. You just have to brew your own, or you spend so much time chasing it down. Tap House is the absolute bomb. Far, like northwest Vegas. Absolute favorite spot in town. Went in March. I'll go till the casket drop, and I get the same dinner every time I go. Chicken parm, comes with a salad, garlic bread, phenomenal. It's just a bar. It's like a old kind of sports bar. They got machines in the bar tops. Yeah. Oh man, I want to go there and get that now. See, this was the last trip that I gambled and did really well. Never went to Dino's again, but that's a super cool place at the far, far north end of the Strip on Las Vegas Boulevard. So here I'm winning again. And this is when Aztec, one of the dirtiest, most degenerates, highly recommended, go to the Aztec, right next to the Strat, right pretty much at Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. I've seen like open hand drug deals going on, prostitutes, trans prostitutes. I've been in there and had the cops just come in and walk out like they're looking for a felon on the run. Aztec is the real, yeah. But here I'm playing here, the winning again. I did those are, of course, those are not all winnings. Probably I went there with like to spend 50 or 100. Never did this bus ride again, but it's really cool. I don't remember what street this is. We're going back towards like the north end of the Strip, but there's the Strat, you can see it. Anyways, the next trip, I blew through my gambling budget in like the first 30 minutes of the first day. And from then on, I said I'm never gambling in Vegas again, and I haven't, and I won't. Great recommendation. And is that song not the bomb? So, you know, back to the music, I got the record. Watch the other one. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Did like a very different style here. This is not like a music. This is Too long. I mean, I wouldn't make a video this long again. If you have the attention span to watch it, I think it's dope. And it's just like photography to me. You know, a lot of these times the camera isn't moving and nothing in the frame's moving. I'm just aiming for angles and composition and balance in the frame. It's just satisfying to me. Look at this guy. He's been in a scrape. He's a red man. Spent a little time in the sun. He's got a two-wheeler for a trailer. This place was so good. So one of the best falafel spots. Is funny, every video I'm eating falafel. So dope. And they closed, and I think they reopened with a new name, then they closed again. Yeah, see, I can't do the body cam anymore. I feel guilty, like, watching my own body cam videos now. I feel bad if I put these people on the spot. I mean, the camera's really, like, low-key, so a lot of people don't notice it, but many do, probably. So the very first time I went in here, I was standing right where that guy is waiting for my food, and the guy behind the counter just reaches out, holding a falafel ball in, like, a napkin, and didn't say anything. He's just looking at me. And I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, take it. Do you want a falafel? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. The pickles is like a straight up Israeli thing. I've only been to one other falafel spot. Ironically, it was in Denver, where they did that, the crazy ton of mixed pickles, and it's awesome. The guy brought me, like, old ass Hebrew dude, like 3 squirt bottles. That one's just like tahini. But like one was like a weird, like, fruity, kind of sweet and sour thing, and still have that shirt. Bought that shirt and a lot of used work shirts on eBay like 30 years ago. Some I don't have anymore. Still want to go to the Golden Steer. That's right next door to, or what used to be that Vegas place. Right here somewhere, I sat down for a minute and a security guard chased me out like I was a homeless bum. I have a still photo of that. I took numerous photos of that person. Yeah, the trip I went on this year, every day of the trip, I was there for 4 nights, so for the 3 full days I was there, it was like 11 miles a day of running and walking. My legs were absolutely shredded. I ran 4 miles every morning, and then I would chill, and then I would go out at night, and it would be a lot of walking and buses, and my legs were beat. I burned a lot of calories on that trip. Vegas bus system is legit. They got a pretty big network. Works well. And see, even I'm getting bored. I was just Charleston and Maryland. It's called like Mexico 2000. I've been back here. There's just so many places to get a burrito 24 hours a day. It's unbelievable. I told this guy I wanted like a platter with rice and beans, and you could hear me say it in the video, and he didn't give it to me. He didn't charge me either, but I was starving.
Thank you, sir.
So he's gonna, like, so I might starve this. I might die if I only eat a burrito. It's not enough to only eat 2 pounds of food. Oh, weird. You give me a few chips? What's up with that? I retired that hat, left it in Hegwish at like Brainerd 133rd. I just hung it on somebody's fence. Got that at Labor Day at Eggers Grove years ago. Got the Jaritos mineral water. It's like a poor man's Topo Chico. I'm trying to remember, I think. Yeah, so this is actually a work trip, I believe. Maybe? Or did I like have a work trip and then I stayed for vacation or vice versa? I think it might be. Huntridge is dope. Here's the problem though. So I've gone to Huntridge every trip, sometimes numerous times. Really dark, really just beautiful dive bar. So I was there a couple months ago in March, sitting right in the same spot pretty much. striking up conversations with people. We're all kicking it. And bartender comes over, and I go, let me get another. Cool. She goes over, she gets the beer, she comes back. When she comes back, I'm talking with this guy, and I didn't want to, like, don't disrupt me. She just kind of stands there staring at me, which, okay, there's money on the bar. This is the way it works. This is the way it works. You take the money. And I just kind of pushed the pile of money across the bar to her, and I think there was like a 20, or maybe it was like 15. It was a mix of money. She took it all, and then I was about to be like, yo, like, take out what you need for the beer, and she kept it all and just put it in the tip jar. Kind of makes me never want to go there again. Shout out to your girlfriend. The strawberry dessert was insane. Let's check that out. I know what video that is. That was, we whipped so much air into it, I felt like a hot air balloon. I think it was called a strawberry whip. No. Hang on, which one was it? I think it's this one.
Greetings, Earthlings. Here we are at 3619 South Roman First Boat. Hope I'm saying that correctly.
No, I'm cooking at home in this one, but I think I did just the one segment with the whip. Oh, yes, here it is.
37 years old.
Today's dessert of caramel custard
Oh, no.
comes to us from Mrs. W.C. Bloomquist.
This is at my mom's.
Judith Bloomquist.
I did not remember making this.
Claudius.
Wow.
Bloom was born in Sweden.
This is why you gotta make videos,
The Bloomquists
to document your own life.
were members of the parish in McKinley Park. Yet numerous recipes were attributed to not only Judith, but also their daughter Inez and their son Paul.
I'm acting like I know how to make caramel. Oh, here now, suddenly my mom's taking over and helping me.
Church for the entire city of Chicago.
Got the wake and fright music.
Outsiders who lived in the historically Swedish neighborhood of Andersonville, around Ashland and Winona.
Oh, wow. So how did we get that to release from the pan? I don't remember any of this.
Methodist Church, where Miss
I guess we made 2 desserts?
The church no longer exists, but the legacy lives on with the Methodist Hospital standing at that corner.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
A little weird looking, but not terrible. Oh, man. All right, that's legit. I can get down with that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's legit.
But it looks like dirt. Just being able to see the cross section now is nice because we stressed, is it undercooked, is it overcooked, and poked at it and shook it, and how much does it wobble? It's wobbling too much. It's not wobbling enough. No, we overdid it. What do we do?
It was very exciting.
It was.
So was the strawberry whip in here or no?
No temperature,
That's
no
at
time.
home.
No temperature, no time. I
Yep,
decided
that's at
not
home.
to-
Yeah, it must be a different video. I made a couple all around the same time.
How to make it? It was just a her recipe or something that she thought it was special enough. Make my recipe, but you already know how to do it.
Well, kids, that's it for today.
I have not been down to McKinley Park in a hot minute. All right, if it wasn't that one, maybe it's this one, because this is...
Greetings, Earthlings. It's time to jump in our time machine and head back. How far back? 1945.
No, I guess it's not.
Let's have a look.
Well, that's fine. We'll watch some of this. I go down to Morgan Park, Beverly, with some regularity still. I went there to run on a Saturday not that long ago.
But we're going to keep it down here, Beverly, Washington Heights, Morgan Park. We're going to have a look at a few recipes, have a closer look at the people that penned those recipes.
Making these videos is just a ton of work, and I'm not crying about it. It is fun to do, but I don't know if I would do it anymore. I think I've done 5 or 6 cookbook videos.
Let's head out. Over here, 9962 Vincennes, Washington Heights.
Yeah, the stretch of Vincennes is a little questionable to be hanging out. I've incorporated it into routes when I go to run, but I've not incorporated it a few times since.
Come on. Over here at 10234
Yeah, this is a weird,
Vincennes, 6 corners.
there we go, triangular intersection.
Vincennes and ends in 10245 Beverly. We got the small strip mall here. Many years ago, home to Bear's Grocery. Bear's was here for decades. Opened in 1887, closed in the late 50s. Started by Mr. Bear, took over by his son, and ran it till they couldn't be run no more. You need dry goods, you need a little this, a little that. They had Bear's. 10459 Southwestern, currently the home of a grassy lot. Once upon a time, the home to Paul Feldman's Restaurant. The namesake, Paul Feldman.
Yeah, this is part of my route. I do like 95th, Western, 109th, and Prospect, if I remember correctly. Sort of a rectangular route.
And the 1945 census said he was putting in 60 hours as a restaurant manager. Sure was. Looks like he was even looking for a waitress or two back in the day. You need some help when you're running your own spot.
Today's recipe, the luncheon souffle, comes to us courtesy of Hazel Wagonhouse. She also submitted a few other recipes for holy bread.
Look at me, cooking in my drawers. You're on the internet.
Hazel was born
Show some class.
in Missouri, living in her mid-40s at the time of this cookbook.
What's up, DeVille? Looking for 40-ounce videos?
She was living with her husband.
We could check one of them out.
And their son.
I think I deleted, you know, a lot of stuff that's not on my channel is not deleted. It's just not on the channel. No, let's see here. But, you know, it's up for discussion, and that people can make their own determinations. But it's been said that I created the first drink a 40 on YouTube video of all time. I'm not saying that. Other people have said that. You may disagree with them. You could take it up with them. But I know I have that on here. There we go. Why can't I jump to the end? There we go. This would have been shot with like a Kodak digital camera 18 years ago. I bought that Padres hat at the Padres game in 2006. I was staring at the camera like a weirdo. I wore that hat many, many times. You can see it's kind of big on me because at that time I would only wear a fitted with a bandana under it so the fitted could stay pristine forever. So if you don't wear a bandana, you got to buy them a little big. It's so boring and weird. Colt 45 Hornet bottle. What's the Hornet bottle? What does that mean? Yeah, I have a couple other drinking 40 type videos on here. I just saw one of them popping up. Oh, here's a good one. 2009. So I had all mine displayed on shelves for years.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't watched this video in so long. Oh, it's got chapters in it. What?
The 40-ounce bottles in the world. Certainly not the biggest. Maybe not even the top 10 anymore. But,
Alright, another case. Down, we're in the Valentine case.
Yeah, this is down in the storage in the laundry room in the basement of my building. I trashed them. I put them in the recycle bin. I did. Collected for so long, had them displayed a long time, then I had them in cases for a long time, and then I chucked them. I kept the valuable ones and gave them away, sold a few, I think. I still have a couple. I've got a real old King Cobra somewhere around here. I've got all my Old English 64 ounce, my private stock 64 ounce.
1111, I want to say this came from 40-ounce kilo. Evil Eye, one of the first people to come up on it, got this at 87 and Central, right? 64 pounds, 2 doors down. I actually picked them up and like it is.
Nasty, nasty shit. I do not want to drink a classic ice. Pretty dope. I'm wearing an Orioles shirt. I was wearing an Orioles hat today. Yeah, so I bought those camos at a Total Rat Trap in Stone Park where drug addicts go to cop alcohol. It's open until 5 in the morning. And I found it there, and I got a case a long time ago and then sold them or traded them, gave them away. Some of the stuff you see here that's being stored in there is still stored in there now. You can see I've got my Rockford Fosgate 12s in a box on the top shelf. I got them reconed, and then I didn't use them. Eventually I put them in the alley. That air conditioner burned out. I've replaced it a couple times since, but in the winter it gets put down there. That TV I eventually brought to like e-waste. That was a big ass CRT, really heavy. You wanna do a ramen raid? Let's do a ramen raid. Let's do one of the weird ones here. I mean, they're all taken off my channel except for this one. I'm pretty proud of this one.
Never, and I mean never ask.
Goddamn commercials.
How are you? How's work going?
Patsuo Marketplace, cool spot. I mean, they got the grocery store there where I go. You can see me copping noodles, but you can just go to the food court. They got like 3 or 4 restaurants. Some of them are cash only. But yeah, it'll be like a Korean spot, like different Asian cultures, whatever, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. I left that Hegwish hat in a park in Elmhurst, Queens, New York City. Retired it. This is like when I kind of just discovered Bulldax. There's the mac and cheese Bulldax, so good. Yeah, I knew where I'd make this just because I remember the video. This is like a perfect spot to set up though, like totally blocked off from the wind, place to sit. Got the shelves for storing my junk. I've been thinking lately I want to bust out the firebox and just go and like fire up an AeroPress or a pour over and just drink a coffee somewhere. The third segment in this video, I got so smoked out. Can't really tell in the video, but I got so smoked out, and it like my clothes stunk so bad. But I was like lightheaded, my eyes burned super bad. I've eaten a couple ramens, like I bought a couple, 2 or 3, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Sounds like a cliche or corny or what have you, but
4 or 5 months ago,
you ought to be jealous. Unless, of course, you found something even more worth
and they were very average. I bought them because they were a weird looking brand.
Oh my lord, we are.
Yeah, that's one of the best Bulldax, or it's like just the best instant noodle. One of the best instant noodles I've ever had. How cheesy and creamy it is, it's insane.
I kind of put it off as so non-traditional since I discovered it, really. I've done all the traditional ones. To be honest, I'm not a Bulldax. Quattro cheese powder.
I got rid of that knife, sold it on eBay.
It's really radioactive neon orange, and the smell of cheese, oh my lord, that's strong. And we're gonna bring the heat. They're a good old Bulldax sauce, which I should relax a little bit. No, it's a little rich today. Wow, it's been a while since I've had a Bulldax. That's a drop. Bring back memories. We have our unnaturally orange color going strong.
Yeah, so it's one of the times I forgot to bring chopsticks. So I'm using it's like part of the firebox to eat with.
Separate because it's so dang cheesy. It's love at first bite.
Yeah, that's out of control.
That
I gotta get me a couple Bulldax.
mac and cheese, pointless.
Even if not that one, just any of them. That looks good. You can see how thick it is. They all stuck together.
The texture is out of bounds. I would swear that melted cheese was poured into this, not powder. Man, that's
Jump ahead a little bit here.
how hot a Bulldog is.
Co-handling office is here in the, what would be the northwest corner of the property, in the bathroom, for a sanitary place.
So this is funny. So these 3 segments were shot on 3 separate weekends, probably in a row or within a month. It's not all the same day. And so that means every time I drove home, and I would drive all the way back south again the next Saturday morning. So this one in particular, I remember I was texting my brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you in Hegwish later, whatever." And then, you know, we share a location, and then maybe I told him, or he's like, "Oh, you're at the plant." He'd been to Acme before, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm, you know, shooting a video." I love that. Bad matches. You know, I'll tell you when I get out of here. Meet me back in Hegwish. And then instead, he pulled up at Acme, and didn't really know he was coming. And guess what? When suddenly you hear a noise, or like you sense movement, and you've been alone for a minute, yeah, it's a little unnerving. So he shook me up bad. He walked like into the room that I'm set up in. This is a bathroom, by the way. There's like a broken toilet sitting next to me. I don't know how sanitary that is. This one is totally unmemorable. I'm sure it was just so boring. So the third one is the one that I got smoked out on super bad in the coal bunker control room. Asbestos. Yeah, that's definitely a legitimate concern. I guess I should be concerned with it all the time, but there's one time in particular I remember finding some like white powdery shit. And it was at Acme. Not the place I was in is not seen in this video. It's a room, really, not like it's a room in a building, but most of the building is collapsed. And I've chilled in that room a lot. Anyways, I found some white powdery shit, and at first I didn't think anything of it, and then I was like, oh damn. But it didn't really make sense, like where it had come from, because it would come from pipe insulation is the main thing, or like panels of a ceiling, and it was none of that was around. So just because I see a white powder substance doesn't mean it's asbestos. Anyways, yeah, that's legit, and added to the list of reasons that I've retired from Urbex. My resume can't be questioned. It's all documented too. So yeah, I tend to check things off my list in life, and that's one. I did it to the max. Ate asbestos, sniffed asbestos, you know, you name it. So, and I bring it up not to brag, advise others, like, think twice on this shit, you know. That was an Eddie Bauer jacket. I eventually got rid of it. But it got so smoked out that time, I washed it, and it didn't even help. Like, it stunk so bad afterwards. Just the wind just pounded me with that smoke this whole time. I'm coughing. There we go, right on cue. No, I got the end of a chest cold. My throat's raw. I think this one had the strainer built into the top. It's one of the only ramens I ever had that had that. So there's a pit in the floor, like 3 feet away from where I'm sitting. That's like 8 or 9 feet down. Swedish Egg Coffee vid, you got it. I went by there recently. I go by there with some regularity. Was I on a run or a bike? I don't remember, but that's only a couple miles from home. And I know that's on the first page. Where is it? There we go. It's got some new signs, new locks, new gates, which is so stupid because it's securing nothing. There's nothing there to be stolen or damaged or messed with. Like Acme, it's not a super fun status, but it is polluted land, which is why it's not turned into something. Then again, there's a pretty industrial area, so it's not like people are... Well, I don't know, you could build a data center or whatever. At any rate, I wonder if this opening is still there. I bet it is. I cut that myself, by the way. It was like partially beat up, and I came out there with the bolt cutters. I've used bolt cutters many times in my life on locks, but I've never just used it on a chain link, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. You could just give a whole chain link a haircut, like super duper fast. It was fun. I got a couple signs from this land. One just says like no trespassing, and one is like stay out Indiana Harbor Railway. So rail signs are super cool. But the no trespassing one, the bolts were so rusted and tight, and I lost my mind. Like I had to have it, and I would not give up. So I was really beating on it, and I seriously like ripped like a muscle in my chest, and my arm was sore for like months. But I got it to break free. It was galvanized hardware, and it just turned into God knows what. I was like gnawing at it with the bolt cutters, and that didn't work. And then I had like a vice grips and a wrench. I got it off. One bolt was already gone, so I thought, oh, I only need to get one off. I'll do this. My mom actually commented in this video. I thought you were gonna start a what do you call it? A conflagration, like a giant burn yourself to death, and she's totally right. Some of it's the camera angle, but it's not just the camera angle. I should not have been burning a fire there, or I should have cleared it a little bit. Yeah, I've still got Jocelyn stuff that I bought for this video is in my bedroom. It's on display. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. This really is something from my childhood that we knew. Oh, check out young Eric. It's always fresh to death. Where is it? Did I pass it? God damn it. Nah, no, I'm not gonna find it. Oh, there's a couple more. Look at this. Lid check. Phillies. I wore that Phillies hat specifically because of John Crook. And I had that green, that's an insulated flannel, like a shacket. Wore that thing till it was just threadbare. I'll wear it with shorts. I'm probably wearing shorts there. Gorilla Biscuits t-shirt. That's a little too small for sure. I was at my peak fatness at that time. That's probably 2004, 2003. And that is an Anabolic Video Productions ball cap. If you know, you know. Sad story about that lid. I lost it at some point, and I'm like, oh man, how did I lose this hat? I bought it used on eBay, which wearing used ball caps is even slightly beneath my level. And one day I just realized I haven't seen it in a while. Where is it? And then I was with my buddy Leo, call him Bones, and he's rocking it. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, like you left it in my house. I've been rocking all the time. I'm like, well, give it back. It was all sweaty. It was nasty. I said, just keep it. I had an Anabolic, like a knit hat too. I don't know what I did with that. Either of those were dope. They were dope. I looked on eBay recently actually, and I couldn't find either item, but I found a real dope crew neck sweatshirt. That is a Georgia Tech Hornets lid. That's a real map of the area. The box I added, but it looks pretty. Looks like it might have actually been there. Here's a Swedish coffee. There we go. Shout out to my boy Nick H. in the place to be. This was 100% dead to rights, legit, pure science. It works. There's no disputing it. No, it doesn't. You don't taste any eggs. You throw it all away. It's like a coffee filter. It takes the bitterness out. It takes everything. It's like a pour over. It tastes great. The big problem with this trip was I should have brought way more water, because I boiled a lot of it, and then I was trying to use some to like rinse the cup, and I was pretty lean with the water. I think I must have brought only 1 liter.
Coffee and or low-grade water.
I think I talked about it in the comments, but when I went to leave, so I pack up and I bike back like 1,000 feet to the fence line so I can get out, and there was a cop sitting there. So number one, obviously I can't get out with a cop there, but number two, like, why is there a cop here? If he's here for me, why wouldn't he have just come in a long time ago? I didn't know he was here. But I know from experience it's a dead-end street, and cops go there to, you know, watch YouTube on their phone, have sex with hookers, whatever they do drugs. So I knew he's not here for me. Number one, he would have come in, and number two, I've seen him back there. So now I had to like creep back to hide. Wayne, no, but I can do that next. Anyway, so I waited and I waited and I waited, and then I'm like, this is some bullshit. I'm not going to wait here all day for this guy. Maybe he plans on running out his whole shift in this cul-de-sac. So I went to another part, and I had to throw my bike over the fence and climb a very tall fence, and I got away like in front of the cop, and he didn't notice or didn't care.
So our beaver dam is definitely
Yeah, this coffee was 100% on point. It's the one and only cup I've ever done. The plastic mug is in my bedroom, sitting on like the TV stand. Kewpie mayo. Alright, let's see here. The original. Got a request from a man, Wayne. Here we go. Shot with this again would have been with the Kodak digital camera 18 years ago. There we go. September 7th, 2007. So that's, yeah, 18 and a half. The quality's bad because of the camera I used, but I mean, it's 480p, fine. I'm sure that's all that camera was. That's not why it's so grainy. The graininess is from my lack of understanding at the time of like how to render videos. This was edited in like a cracked version of Sony Vegas, and there was no understanding for most people of codecs at that time. So I would have rendered it to God knows what, then uploaded it, and then YouTube had to convert it into something else that would stream better because browsers were primitive. So all of these things trash the quality, and the original project and the files, those are long gone. If I still had it, I could render maybe a better copy now. But whatever, that leads back to why I just remade the whole video, and I'm so delighted with the new one. It's funny because I don't know if you can see here. You probably can't. It's right over here. Recommending it. We'll have to watch a little bit of that one next. Yeah, I mean, I agree graininess is retro, but this is like too grainy for me. I shot another video like 2 years ago. It was another music video I did, and I used an old digital camera. Not this one. This one I haven't had for a long time. Slightly better one, and then I used it, and it wasn't grainy enough. I felt like this doesn't look bad at all, which ruins its whole purpose. So that field house is gone. That's not in the newer version of the video from 3 years ago. They redid a lot of the park and tore it down. West, Spruce, Rhodes, Clock, Leiden, Groveland, Trumbull, that's the park. The lyrics to this, you could wake me up at 1 in the morning and go, do it right now, and I'd drop it all. So fun fact, this song structure where there's no chorus, it has 3 16-bar verses, and in between, instead of a chorus, you've got me just spitting game, talking shit, and it's got the muffled sound to it. That's 100% Jack the Idea from a Big Timer song called In My Life. And I think it's featuring all the Hot Boys, or at least like Juvenile, BG, I'm not sure, but 100% stole the idea, 1000%. And this, by the way, that short performance section is literally on the wrong side of the street, and now it's Franklin Park, and somebody actually called me out in the comments. And, you know, I did that because, again, It's the same old story though. Like number one, where's the rap songs that you wrote, made the beat, and then went and shot a video in 2007? No, you didn't do that exactly. Number two, even if you did, are you prepared to rap your song in front of strangers that are like walking the dog? It's a little weird. It is. So yeah, people need to lay off with that. So it's funny because these songs get flagged. So the beat is a beat from a rapper from New York called Necro. He also makes the beats and he raps over them. He's released a lot of instrumentals, but he's never released an instrumental for this. So that's fine. Then you just try to find instrumental sections in the song and snip them out and then rebuild. It's like a 4-bar loop. He only had a little bit in the outro and then it fades out real fast. So I had to use compression to bring it back to balance, and you could hear where like every 4 bars the volume kind of jumps the slightest bit. Syncing that up was not fun, and I had to do it again. I did it in 2007 and I had to do it again. But anyways, it will it flags these not as Necro, like saying that I used his copyrighted content. It doesn't flag it as whatever the sample is, which I've looked it up. It's like it's not even American music. It's from like Thailand or something. It's like this organ you hear. It flags it as another rap group that I've never heard of, like as if it's their music, which is nonsense. But obviously it's not like a strike or anything. The songs are playable, the videos are playable. Yeah, see, here's the new version of the park. I guess there was a tiny little field house, but it's not the one I drank beer in, or actually we drink liquor in it, not beer, when I was like 13. But yeah, there's a section at the end here where it was also freezing cold the day I shot this, and I was underdressed because I didn't want to rock like layers and all this clothes, but it was like less than 20 degrees out, colder than it was supposed to be. Excuse me, I am sick. So this is it right here. I thought, okay, that'd be a cool spot. You know, this is shot by shot. This is all figured out. This is scripted. I know where I'm going to go. I know where I'm going to do what. Everything is figured out. None of it's by chance. So I'm like, cool, I'll do a performance section here. Well, I've been out for a couple hours running around town on my bike, getting all the shots I need. And then I'm like, okay, let me head over there and do it. Not thinking, it's like rush hour now. So I'm shooting this at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. This is Thatcher Avenue. Belmont is like 500 feet north. Absolute stopped cars. That light at Belmont is every 45 seconds and the traffic stacks up. I've got an old ass iPod Touch with some old ass Sony speakers that run on batteries and a cord. It's not even Bluetooth. Set that up on the ground so I can hear it and lip sync to my own shit. With the I have to lean over. People probably think it's like an aesthetic thing. No, it's because my tripod's this big. A foot, maybe. And anyways, here's cars, and people are like this, like, what? Just watching me, and I'm like, I stood around for a minute, and people are watching me set up, like, what is this guy doing? And then I'm like, you know, I'll wait till traffic goes again. And then I'm like, I'll never be able to do it. I just got to throw it down. And I think I did it in one take. And that's not technically Fifth Avenue. There is no Fifth Avenue place where you could hang out. So feel free to call me out on that. I was in a bar last night playing pool with some older guys. They're in their 60s. The bar's not in River Grove, but it's in Elmwood Park. And the one guy's like, oh yeah, I live in River Grove. You live in River Grove? I said, yeah, I do. He's like, oh yeah, I've lived there for 26 years. And he's older than me. And I'm like, yeah, I've lived there like 40-something years. And he was like, oh. I'm not trying to brag on that, but it was funny, like, come on with that, 26 years. How many likes we got on this? Only 64. So the mayor of River Grove posted this on his Facebook like in the past year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, I'm vaguely proud of that. I'm more proud of this. I mean, this is less digestible, but this is one of the things I'm most proud of that I've ever done. This was all in it. You know, I've been here so many times, so I'm way beyond like getting shook up. Other people, you need to get shook up of me. If you want to come to Acme and I'm here, you should be scared. Or you could greet me, we could chill, but I don't get shook up. So anyways, but somehow when you're trying to do this, and it was during the day, and there was like a construction crew, and I could hear them. Look, I've performed hip hop on stage for crowds, so that's fine. I don't have stage fright, but in that situation, you know, you're there for that. In this situation, I'm not there for that, and I'm very nervous. I'm very stiff in this. Some look stiffer than others, but yeah, like I could hear people. I don't know. I can't. Oh, by the way, this is the room with the asbestos, or that I don't think it was asbestos, but I wore that hoodie till it was absolutely just like a bum wouldn't wear it. That hoodie was not beat up, and it was very just crisp. Glance eyes left and right, check. Know the pastime best. The mind dates cannot be conceived or imagined. Two lifestyles exist. Lean or lavish. Some feed the madness. Some thrive while crazed. Some crushed by loneliness and hide in a maze of the mind for days. Some never return. Fry the brain's highway 7 burned. Some never confirmed, so they hasten to know. Cortex damaged by medications, blown apart like kilotons, slow errant foes in wars. Little more potent than serotonin storms. Brain's waves cease when the mind's gun shoots. Astral plane creased when time runs through. You remain a creep and a fine one too. Do not be afraid to weep, for I'm one too. The lip sync is a little bit off here, and the performance isn't the problem. It was a video. I mean, you're syncing it, and I messed with it for so long, and I eventually had to I gave up. Yeah, one of the two is worse than the other. And they're both like, it's not the performance. I just couldn't. You're adjusting the frames by like a frame, you know, or adjusting the video by a frame or two. And this is the split screen function in iMovie, and you don't get to pick what side. I think it senses or picks for you. So I visualized this. I knew I wanted to do it, but then implementing it visually took a hot minute. I went and bought the white and the black hat at Walmart for like a few bucks each, and then they got trashed eventually. I wore them a few times. I had those work pants for a long time, red caps. One of my favorite movies of all time, Marathon Man. I'll probably get, Marathon Man's a movie that got me a strike on here for streaming it, which is funny, but they allow that. All these bandanas, I was wearing a black and the other one, I have all these bandanas still. I bought them so long ago. Wow. Blast from the past. All right, let's do this. Let's check out the C-dub. Here we go. That shirt's like a 2XL, and I still have it, and I cannot wear it because it looks goofy as hell. But I don't want to get rid of it because obviously you cannot buy those in stores, and I bought that at the fest. To be clear, I made this. This is like 2 days after he passed away. I heard the news. I've been a fan for decades. I've done this karaoke as well. I could do like the first third without even looking, and then there's a couple sections I have to glance, but most of this I could do without looking. But this was a weird setup using, the quality sucks because I'm doing it with my old ass MacBook, because that was the easiest way to be able to read the lyrics and have the camera, and it's setup wise it was easy, but obviously the quality sucks. Come on, Frank. Dog's name is Frank. Gotta get a little liquor. Yeah, running out of air there. That's a tough one. I said, that's a long story, Harold. When this classified advertisement caught my eye. It said take immediate delivery on this 57 Chevrolet half-ton pickup truck. We'll sell or swap for a hide-a-bed and $35. Call 140-RING-2 and ask for Bob. Yeah, this may be my most well-received works, and even if it wasn't well-received, I'm very proud of it. 62 likes. I mean, I know people get thousands of likes. 62 for me is insane. I can't believe 62 people watched it all the way through. I don't remember how I thought of that, and then I'm like, I think I could do the reverse, and it took me 1 try in 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, that worked. I love that somebody in the comments here, they're like, if you knew what you were doing, you shouldn't have been down there. And I can't get over that one. I should pin it. It's like, you think I stumbled down here by accident? Check out my channel, bro. I should tell them, meet me here. Meet me in Golden Gate. We'll check it out together then. Yeah, meet me in here. Meet me in the car with no doors, hood, or tires, or wheels, or anything. Trying to... Why you testing me? Why you test my gangsta? There's no... Again, I've urbexed a lot. Am I the top dog? No, I'm like 10,000th place. But I've seen some cool shit. Different states, all over the country. Did not go in that building. Don't regret it. You just get a vibe sometimes, and you're like, I don't have the balls today, or I don't. It's a little too much of an unknown of what's going on in there, and I'm just not about it right now. I'm man enough to admit it, and I don't regret it. 454 or 450 East 134th Street. Towards the end of the video, you could see I used a picture I found on like Google image search. It's of 3 different Skipper's Marina keychains, and I don't remember what the source was, but I threw it in here because it was a cool shot. And I have an ongoing search on eBay, a saved search for years since I made this, for anything with Skipper's Marina in the name, hoping I could find a keychain or something. Nothing has ever come up. This whole section here is totally true. This seems like it could be fabricated to make the video more interesting, like, oh, it was a mystery. I couldn't figure out what it was. It's true. I really couldn't, and the steps I explain here is really what I did, and it took me a while. In retrospect, I wasn't doing my research in the most efficient way, but I just didn't know at the time. But yeah, I mean, it took like a day or more of searching this and then finding, oh, whoa, wait a minute, the website is saved, and on, and then finding like pictures of people partying and wet t-shirt contests, and it's like, I was hanging out in a cool ass place, like, people really got down here, they were about it, and how could it become like a busted up car and a bunch of garbage? It's crazy.
Between 2003 and 2006, but all captures are identical. Just a home page with a single photo and links to a bare bones AOL site on the marina.
Oh, there it is.
Continuing to Google search for downscope, seek the downscope. The downscope rooted me out of my rusty cage and brought me here to share the good news with you. To find the history of this.
Yeah, these are dope. Wet your whistle at Skipper's Marina. Gotta love the phone numbers with no area codes. Interesting, that one says Chicago, Illinois. The old website grab I showed said Riverdale, and I always thought that's wrong. Riverdale would be on the other side of the river, unless they mean Riverdale, the Chicago community.
There are surely many people far more qualified. Considering how little information I could find, I am commandeering the history of 13421 South Vernon Avenue for the good of anyone who likes to enjoy a beverage with their friends on or off the water.
I wish that I could say that Jeffrey Bear's local grocery is very low pulp and not very tart, so I think it would be nice.
Yeah, it tasted. Look, I don't claim that I'm open in the video. I'm trying to reverse engineer this from nothing. I don't claim that this is. A lot of people are really supportive in the comments. There were one or two that were like, "Well, I worked there, and you're totally wrong." And it's like, no shit, you know. I'm guessing. At least I had the balls to try, and I drank this. I didn't take a sip and pour it down the toilet. I mean, man up then you make your own video. It's funny. You gotta laugh at the haters. Why are you jumping on my coattails and why are you even on my website? Just give it a thumbs down and click away. That shirt is for heyjackass.com. It's a website that collects like murder and shooting statistics. Yeah, Nick, I mean, I know the components, but the quantities are wrong. It tasted just blah. It didn't taste like anything. It didn't taste bad. It just was very muddy flavors. Like the flavors all canceled one another out, and it just tasted like not much. Kind of bitter and just blah. Again, I had it wrong though. I'm sure other people, maybe they're delicious. But I don't care. I got to relive it. I got to be part of history.
I'm not sure what I taste most. I mean, colored, light green, citrus colored.
All right, give me another request. I think I'm going to wrap it up soon. I'm so tired.
Working with different teams can get messy. Here's how Sonic keeps.
Let's see, what do we got here? What have we not watched that's interesting? Definitely not putting the scratch the surface on, and I'll 100% get a strike off of that. If you're watching carefully, you'll even see where I even have some of these videos are like personal ones that I just share with friends. No one's seen them. Ooh. The video where you took that porn sign, that sign is hanging on my wall. I can almost touch it from where I'm sitting right now. I mean, it was all creepy and that, but the rowdy part was, I mean, it's real. When I'm back in my hotel room, I've shot all the footage, and then now I'm doing research, like, well, where was I? What was that? And I'm like, oh, motherfuckers died in there? No, I don't want no part of that. That's some bad energy. With those people on the horse right there, I was like fumbling for the phone so fast, like I'm gonna get one chance, and I got it. Yeah, I was there to do work in like a bakery, like a commercial bakery. I don't remember what the name of it was. But I actually go back for the sign. Like, you can't tell in the video, but this is not all one day. I went, I shot footage, cool, I have a video, and then kept thinking, man, why didn't I take that sign? That sign was dope. And then I'm like, I gotta go back. So the next morning I wake up, I go to the bakery, I do my job, I'm gonna drive home. I went back and just grabbed it and ran away. And it's hanging on my wall. I will never take that. I won't take it down anytime soon.
CRT television.
It says, Peeps and Theater.
Pumps have been yanked out, so this guy's been closed for a hot minute.
Yeah, and I think at this point, when you see I'm looking at this stuff, this is all I thought the video was going to be. I didn't know there was going to be an abandoned strip mall with a store with the door busted down and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, cool, be a couple gas stations. I'll get a little bit of content out of this. And then I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? Forget about the gas stations. It is weird, though. There was like too many abandoned like gas stations in a short area.
Hard to say how long it's been closed.
The crispy chicken is so gross the times I've had it. It's such... That's why people who are poor die when they're 50 of like heart ailments, because they are subjected to having that be... Hell yeah, Chris, I do believe in spirits. Absolutely I do. That's what I'm not kidding with bad energy. I don't want to be where people died in bad circumstances. And it's unclear exactly what the circumstances were, but they're not good. I don't think anyone plans to die in a porn shop, and when there's more than one, now it's like, oof, I want no part of this. Never went in there. I was getting vibes like there might be people in there. But anyways, yeah, I believe in spirits, absolutely. That's a big reason I don't do urbex anymore. There's spirits in a lot of these places. I'm not talking about people that died, but just leave that shit alone. Leave it. When you're doing urban exploration, you're thinking of yourself as a little godlike. I think you're not being respectful. Whatever, I've done a mountain of it. I'm not regretting it, but I don't know. No, I'm glad I did it, but no, I stay away from that now. Yeah, look at this. It's just like everything is abandoned. But then I was staying in like a brand new Holiday Inn Express that was across the street from all this. Weird vibes. It was a shitty drive too. It was like 6 hours or something, I think. Yeah, like they papered the windows while they did remodeling. Then they took the paper down, and the weather took the paper down. This is where I'm like, hold up.
I don't read so good. I mean, they've got a few signs around here. It's kind of like, I'm not supposed to go in here or something.
Yeah, that sign looks fake. It looks like I put it in there, like pasted it in there or something. Yeah, how can this all become abandoned? Like, you couldn't find any tenants at all? Do you, Chris? Tell me a little more. What's going on? Do you know anything about what's the presence?
I was on the expressway as I was pulling into town, and I thought it can't possibly be as good as it seems to be. It is. So here we are going around the back, and look at this. The porno store is the only one that put signage out back.
Yeah, that's so shady. So people can go in the back door, not be seen.
Keeping it classic.
I don't remember, does it say Horse Cave or something on it? No. Yeah, if you could take that down, that'd be pretty dope to have in the house. There was a bowling alley down the street, and they had a sign that said lounge entrance that led to like a side door that took you into the bar in the bowling alley, which that bar by itself was dope. And I always wanted that one day, shut the place down. They eventually tore it down. But for a long time, that sign was there, and I would look at it like, but it had power hooked up to it. It had some heavy-ass bolts. You need a ladder. And even if I got it down, I think it might have been heavy. But I wanted it, and I was like, where can I hang this in my living room? Or like, what am I going to do with it? Yeah, this is the kind of urbex that screws at me. Like, why is so much personal stuff left behind? And I feel like I should have went through stuff more, but you're vibed out at this point. And if you say you're not, then cool. That's cool. I was, and just like, I looked around. Yeah, bare butts have been on those couches. All kind of nasty stuff was done on those couches, for sure. You could see they're like the fake leather. You know why? Because you could wipe it down. You can't wipe down cloth. and like fabric.
To me.
Nasty.
This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's move on. I want to see something even sketchier here. And I'm really going to get myself into trouble. And I've only been in Horse Cave for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and this bike is hanging behind me right now. You can even see it. But it's a single speed, and it's got like 23mm tires, and I'm starting to ride it like off-road, like up that dirt path. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I mean, you could do it, but I wouldn't try to do it for real long distances.
Beware of the dog. I guess I gotta have a look.
Yeah, this is just... I forget how shady this was. I did not remember this. I mean, I remember it, but the vibes I did not remember. This is...
And a gentleman's
I'm glad I did it, so I know that I never have to do anything like it again. Yeah, the sign is really like the only thing I found anywhere that was any evidence of what the place was besides that big banner.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But out here is fair game. For instance, if you want a bale of hay.
Yeah, somebody should have like rolled up on me here. Like I deserve for somebody to pull up. Oh, that's crazy. I'm looking at something that's hanging in my living room right next to me right now.
Peeps and theater. This place is giving me the peeps, or the creeps. It's a great sign though. A little bit too much sleeping arrangements around here for my liking. Might have some long-term residents hanging out in the beyond.
Yeah, this is giving strong vibes of leave this place. So stealing like video streams from news websites is not always easy. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I don't remember how terrible this one was, but if you see it in one of my videos, I'm proud of it because it probably took some amount of work and maybe a lot of work.
These areas were notoriously known for illegal sexual activities being taking place.
So there was a place in my hood, 3 miles from here, 2 miles from here, that was very much like this. And I even, unfortunately, know people that had checked the place out, and I don't mean they necessarily went there to buy DVDs. That's fairly tame. We'll just stop there. But yeah, this goes on everywhere. I think it especially goes on in a place like Horse Cave when you're off the grid. But the spot here in my hood ain't off the grid. It's in Melrose Park. I think it's called 15th Avenue Book and Video or something.
That wouldn't be much fun otherwise. I'm going back for that sign.
Yeah, so this is real. This is not staged for the video. It drove me nuts to not have that sign. Like if it's sitting there, I gotta have it. Yeah, look at this. They even built that. See, I think it's I-65, so you could see it from because truckers, you know, they're looking for like fast food and the porno shop in town. Yeah, see, I set it on the wall and the wind blew it down.
Time to leave Horse Cave. Maybe forever.
Cheers. Yeah, just a regular hose would have been the best way to clean this. It's like corrugated plastic. But that's it, people. I'm shutting it down. 2-hour stream. Went by fast. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll have to do this again soon. Hold it down. Have a good summer.